Hello and welcome to Issues with Issues. This is the week of May 13th. We've got a little bit of a shorter one this week compared to last week, but it's about average overall. Let's just jump right into it. Last week was a very big week, so I just want to get straight into this and start talking about it. We got Iron Man number 5. This is the kind of wrap up to this uh, AIM and Madame Mask trying to create an Iron Man story that's happening. It was fine, I guess. The ending feels a little cheap, because there's been kind of one main focus, um, as like a secondary character in this book, and that character died, or so we thought. And it seemed that was going to be a kind of motivator for Tony, and maybe he is going to kind of refocus his efforts because that guy, even though he was very smart and had a potential to be a new Tony Stark, he was very focused on helping people and technology, like help kids in classrooms and stuff. So like maybe Tony starts refocusing towards that sort of stuff and less on armor. Maybe that was an inspiration for him, and that's how this was going to end. Um, but no, it turns out he's alive and he took over AIM and he's got a scar now, and that's just kind of what it is. But then we also get like Pepper's back in the book. Tony's creating this new like think tank with the other like new Tony Stark candidates. Um, so we'll see where that goes. If it really goes anywhere, we'll have to see. Overall, this first arc for this book isn't great. Um, I like the idea behind it. I think the execution is uh, so. Um, I think if you're going to use a character like Madame Mask, I think you'd want more interaction between her and Tony. Um, which we get some, but we don't get a lot of like meaningful interaction. It's a lot of "I'm gonna stop you," "No, you aren't" sort of stuff. And then yeah, then that guy, I think his name was Adam. I think. Uh, I read this book. I swear. Uh, he just coming back like that seems cheap, and it feels like he's not going to be a recurring villain. He's just going to come back and be like another maybe a one-off villain if he ever gets brought back. But overall, this issue and probably the this first 5 issues probably do like a 2.8 out of 5, something like that. Let's move over that over to the side, and we'll move over. We're in DC now. We'll do with our absolute books, and then we'll do the other one. Starting with Absolute Martian Manhunter. Um, this is probably gonna be pretty quick. It's more Absolute Martian Manhunter. It's fantastic. This one has a very fun. I don't know if you'd call it a gimmick, where you can cut out the bottom of one of the pages and even tells you to do this, and that like changes the story by like showing the panel, and it's like you get like two different versions of what happened. Um, Reading it normally and then reading it without the bottom of that page. So this is, I think Absolute Martian Manhunter is the, if there is a perfect book being released by the big two right now, it is Absolute Martian Manhunter. This is a 5 out of 5. Just absolutely fantastic. And staying in the realm of fantastic, we have Absolute Batman number 20. This is the first like big, I'd say introduction, but this is the first time we see the Robins do anything. And a lot of this issue is Batman talking with Scarecrow and him trying to figure out what's going on. And then it stops at the end. The Robins kind of engage Batman and it seems to be next issue we're gonna get a much bigger altercation with them. And I'm excited. Absolute Batman has been fantastic. This is one of the best Batman books, at least published in the last 20 years. Snyder has really proven to have a very good idea of Batman. Like he knows Batman very well, and so he's able to play with aspects of Batman very well because he knows him so well, or he knows the character and the mythos so well. This is high fours, probably like a 4.7 out of 5. Uh, just uh, just fantastic. But that's what we come to expect from a lot of these absolute books. And then finally, I'll wrap stuff up. I think it's a little out of focus, but you can tell what it is. I'll try and fix that for next time. I don't know why it does that. This is Fury of Firestorm number 2. This has just kept my interest of this book going higher and higher. Using Firestorm as this almost like unknowable natural disaster in a human body sort of character is super interesting. I'm super interested in where they're going with it. We got in this issue we got a lot of Ronnie Raymond's backstory and some glimpses of maybe what happened and how the Firestorm Matrix, if it is the Firestorm Matrix, that's just kind of what we're assuming right now is sort of trying to keep him sort of placated and like calm so he can't try and take control again. And it seems that Firestorm is actually like physically changing in regards to the changes that it's happening, like kind of mentally, where at the end of this issue, Firestorm loses his face. Like it just becomes this like black hole with eyes. And so I'm really interested on like where this is gonna go. We got basically nothing from the supporting cast this issue. It's just like stuff that happened inside of Firestorm, and then some like military guys who are kind of keeping an eye on him. So I'm very interested to see kind of what the supporting cast is going to be doing. Obviously, we know they're looking for Dr. Stein, but how is that going? What they think is happening, what Stein thinks is happening. I am really interested in where this book is going. I think this is a great, at least so far, it's one of the best sort of reimagining, reworkings of a character outside of like a whole new line. Like this is still Firestorm. This is still Ronnie Raymond. This is, if you've seen Firestorm in a book, you know, at least since like Crisis or New 52, this is that same character. This is who he is, but this is just a new thing that's happening, and it's a new rework. It's reworking how Firestorm works and maybe even how he works going forward. And this is just super interesting. I love this book. I recommend anybody to pick it up, especially if you're a fan of Firestorm. This is, I probably put it around Absolute Batman, so like a 4.7 out of 5. This is a great book. But that is all we've got for this week. I tried to keep it a little bit quicker. And we're this series is changing a little bit. You might have noticed more editing in the last one. If that's something you're interested in, something you enjoy, please put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear some feedback. I'm trying to keep them. I'm trying to make them look better while still keeping them sort of easy and quick to make. Because I'm busy. I don't want to, edit for a week and then these issues are kind of obsolete because the next one's come out. I want it to come out quick and be able to talk about this stuff literally day of. I make these videos the night these come out. I read them and then I get time later on to record these, and then I edit them and get them up Thursday morning. But yeah, that's it for this week. If you have any things you want to talk about with these books, anything I should be picking up, anything like that, put it down in the comments. I'll be happy to talk with you. Other than that, the normal YouTube stuff, liking and subscribing does help a lot. And it's fantastic. I will see you guys next week.